Well, I think we're live again for Wednesday night prior to Stormrunner. Um, Everybody else hearing me?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess we're live. I have a little bit of about a 30-second lag sitting here hovering over the mute button. There we go. Um, Prior to Stormrunner and 3 pages of bug fixes, which hopefully we'll get through fairly quickly. It's not one of my favorite things to talk about. I guess what do you guys think Stormrunner means? I've looked it up, and I'm either going with there is a server load program called Stormrunner where you can test out how much load is going on your server, and hopefully that's what it's for, and so we don't have any lag issues in the upcoming raid. Or the other possibility is I'm going with the Harrison Ford theme here, where it's a combination of Stormtrooper from the first movie and Blade Runner. So let's get started. We have Adolwolf and Disturbed God with us tonight.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay. The first bug fix, we're not going to go through all of them, but anybody that wants us to talk about a particular one, let us know. Improve the functionality of the locator used in the event to match other more useful locators and show targets outside of the player's view. So hopefully what this means is that during the raid, if we want to find a particular target, as opposed to the ones that are just within 20 seconds, maybe we'll find the closest ones. You know, much like how the Draconian Armada works, or something of that nature, which could be very helpful, depending on you know, how busy your sector is, and once the raid gets started, how much people like certain targets. And then, anybody have anything on that? So, since it's something that we haven't actually seen yet. Okay, I guess I'll move on to the next one. Corrected a specific case where a player may not receive points for the first target attacked in the Forsaken mission. I've had this happen to me several times. If you start the Forsaken mission, if you haven't refreshed prior to hitting a target, sometimes if you do not get the 24-hour, or you have 36 hours, the warning before you start your Forsaken mission, you're not going to get points for that. And I've had it happen a couple of times. And I'm glad they fixed that, because I've seen plenty of forum listings associated with it. And I'm going to skip to the last one, where they fixed a race condition in which a player's fleet could not be engaged in 2 combats at the same time. I assumed it meant rare, and I guess the secondary issue with that is they did not fix it. Danielle or Chris, you got anything else on this page?
I was having issues with it this past week with the Forsaken mission. It was really irritating. And then after I got done with my Forsaken mission, then to do the weekly, oh goodness gracious, there was issues with that too, where it wasn't recognizing the points.
Okay. Chris, you got anything on this one, or we can move on if you want?
The post-combat pop-up for the Defender and base, they fixed that, so it's actually, you don't log on and see 0% damage, then hit OK, and then your base is 100% flat.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I wasn't... I haven't got hit since then, so I wasn't exactly sure what...
I did. It showed 43% instead of 0.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing. All right, I guess we can move on, unless we got to bug fixes page 2. Chris?
No, it did go.
Okay, I have a little bit of lag, so let me switch over. Okay. I find it a little bit ironic that the bug fixes actually had a spelling, grammar, or inconsistency in the game text. So that's that we corrected. But beyond that, anybody have any? The only other issue I have is the token added to inventory pop-up will no longer appear in combat at the end of a Forsaken mission combat. I'm sure it'll add a little bit of confusion to people because they don't realize they got it, but I can understand if you're in a situation where somebody is trying to snipe you, that this is considered a good thing. Anything else here?
The issue where the repair reduction pop-up would appear every time I damaged fleet at max strength with repair specialist research was docked. So you're no longer going to dock your fleet of, say, V2Hs or Crusaders and then get 4 pops up saying they're legendary ranked.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't used any of those repair reduction ships in a while, so that's good to know. And I guess we can move on to the next one. Sorry that I'm sort of going over these, but quickly. But I always consider this to be more one of the boring parts of the show. Okay, that's the one you just talked about, the first one. And I'm not a mega ship owner, so anything else?
I don't think any of us are mega ship owners on here right now.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to start mine, so I don't own it yet.
Yeah. And the turrets with the transformers equipped will now be properly displayed in the battle log. I mean, does anybody remember what the battle log used to be like? The battle log used to be quite a bit more detailed than it was now, with percent damages.
They've changed all that now.
Oh, I know. I really wish they would change it back, because that's sort of how at that point, how I learned what was going on. You know, because I could screenshot that, figure where all my damage occurred and whatnot. But that's like what, a 4-year-old issue. So, and I guess unless anybody's got anything of interest on this page, I guess we can move on. Stormrunner, and you can click again. These are all just interest slides. So, Stormrunner targets. All new Reaver targets. A lot of people have seen some of the images. I guess I should have shown some of them. It doesn't appear that they've removed a lot of stuff. They've removed the depth explosions, hunter killer mortars, subsonic cavitator fields, and they've have increased points for those with a Reaver flag, and Blitz will not be available. It appears that they still have thermal, but it appears that the scouts have thermal of less than the range of your Charons or your Scourge or Reaver torpedoes. So it looked more interesting from what I saw. It appears that the Hulks still have thermal that exceeds that. But it'll be fun to see how these targets work out. I know that they probably need to make this a fun and reasonable raid, considering what happened last raid and the last 2 TLCs. And they probably saw that the players weren't huge fans of what the changes were. So hopefully they've learned the correct lessons this time around. And it sort of looked interesting what they were doing. Anybody else see any videos or whatnot from the last preview?
I saw a video, and I think that it's going to be a better raid than last month, since they got rid of those 3 things. But there's going to be more to do in the targets than what there was last month.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of ships in them. There was a ton of ships, but it looked more. There was less crazy, unavoidable damage than there was in all these other targets that we've seen so far, which is a good thing in my mind. I find that to be a pleasant surprise, and I'm sort of looking forward to it. A little bit nervous, as probably most players would be, knowing the history, but I like what I've seen so far to a good degree. And I guess we can move on unless anybody's got anything else. This is what Doom Rooster posted. Just a quick run over of the targets. The descriptions really haven't changed, except for one very crucial point, is that there will not be a level target or level penalty for tier 5 for anybody, which I think is another really good move, because all this technology that we're using at this point is about 7-8 weeks old, and so the level really shouldn't matter that much unless you're using not the recommended haul, and you're trying to use a Tiger Shark or something in the A set. But everybody should have started pretty much brand new with the Hell Race. So I always thought the level restriction or the level penalty was a little bit silly. Anybody else? Chris, Danielle?
Not really. I mean, it is a good thing they removed the penalty, because there's no point in level. You don't get perks for leveling up. The only thing you get for leveling up is bragging rights. It's not like you hit level 80 and all of a sudden you get free coins every day or something. So there's really no point in anything to be level based, because everything's based on tech. And I've seen level 50s that pay somebody to get help, and they've got the top tier tech from last raid and they're running around with it. So
yeah, I mean, I spent a huge amount of time, a huge part of my leveling up was building Hammerhead A's, which have no relevance in the game anymore. The leveling system is a little bit broken in my mind. I guess we can move on to the next one. Oh, this is the Blade Runner part. This is Daryl Hannah as I forget her name, but in whatever. But we'll get on, just so I'm explaining what the pictures mean. The B sets, Tiger Sharks, C sets, Nighthawks. I'm waiting for, tier 2 for the Kudas and tier 1 for the Predator, but I don't think those are coming anytime soon.
yeah, and that's a issue for any new players who are getting in. They can't do it with research tech. They have to get the Barracudas to do it, and then they have to get the Nighthawks. So it takes a while for them to get anything, and by the time they get that, we're going to be moving on to the next raid set.
Yeah.
So they really need to offer some level 10, 15 targets for new players.
I was just reading chat. Very funny. Yeah, I guess we can move on to the next one. I got the comment, that's an ugly baby she's having, but here we have, on the left-hand side, it's the number of points that are required for each tier, or the number of points that you earn for completing each tier. And then I've shown you how many sets you need to complete to win that prize. And it's a little bit deceptive. I guess I should have added a different column in that showed you the number of targets in addition, because the tier 6 is 1 target, while the tier 5 is 3. So you would have to hit 8.1 tier 6s to win all the new prizes, but you would need to hit 60.9, so basically 61 targets, or complete, 61 targets in order to achieve tier 5.
Well, it does say sets require on the top, so
Yeah, it does say sets. It's not incorrect. I'm just saying it's a little bit misleading.
yeah.
As far as how much time it's going to take you, because it's going to take you a lot more time as far as actually playing in tier 5 and tier 6. It isn't, just 2.5 times. It's closer to 8. So, and then I've listed the prizes below. We're going to get into the top new prizes, but there were some cool ones that were added on the right-hand side with the Neptune coming in at 1.75 million, and the guided missile system at 350,000, which I think are very good moves for lower level players. For the FM, well, the Neptune has a huge siege deflection, and I would highly recommend it for anybody that doesn't have a tank for the Forsaken mission to pick that up. It's according to the math, even if you're hitting just tier 4, you only need to complete 3 sets in order to win it. So it seems very achievable. And I have never hit a tier 3 target, but if you hit 15 of them, you've won it at that point as well. And yes, the Harrier is excellent. I'm just not sure if people have the blades yet. Because the blade would be preferential over the Harrier, but
Yeah, but the Harrier is still a good missile to have because it doesn't have the raw damage, but it does have the defense bypass.
Yes, it does. And I actually, most of my Rhinos still have a ton of Harriers on them. I just haven't had a chance to move over the blades because I had a lot of disruptors in there too, and then they made a lot of the raid targets immune. A lot of the targets immune to the disruptor as far as the slowdown effect. And should we move on to the next one unless anybody's got anything else on this? I mean, it seems reasonable until we see we haven't seen the targets yet, but it seems reasonable to win all the new prizes in my mind. Spiked. What's everybody think about this one? The repair efficiency is nice. It's right up there with, not with the Vanquisher. I think it's just under the, let me double check here. It's it's just behind the Fury. And it's way ahead of Vendetta. So it's going to repair very quickly for you.
All around, it's a pretty good hold to have. I think I'd still rather have the Fury than it, except unless you're facing a bunch of the blunderbusses, because it's not gonna take much damage from them with the deflection it's got.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that the reduced reload effect from the random launch override impacts everything once we see it in action. Sometimes the blueprints can be a little bit deceptive. I'm just a little bit jaded, I guess, but I'm waiting to see what it does in action before I try to build it in a certain way.
I'm probably going to do what I've done with both the Retribution and the Fury, and it's just build one empty shell with something on it as a spotter for Vendettas, and then go back to working on whatever I'm working on.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the best. Somebody's gonna come out with a YouTube video within one day of the raid starting. So no reason to like a lot of people used to do is go out and coin a whole fleet in a matter of 36 hours and then be very mad at somebody because they didn't understand the blueprint correctly.
Yeah. But all around, it's a very good hold to have if you're trying to hit bases, because if built and driven right, it will be a very good ship to have. Its weaknesses aren't trying to figure out. It's strong against stuff, but it's weak against the weapon type it has, which is what you find with most of the hulls out. If it's a missile hull, it's going to be weak to missiles, but you can get around those with a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it appears to continually go on with the thing that you need a. They don't want people to. I thought it varied a little bit with the Fury, because it seemed like the 5 Fury fleets worked fairly well because of the shot or the stun. Because if you stacked them correctly, you would just continually kept on stunning people, based on the damage you took. And but I think I assume the idea is they want you to use mixed fleets and use a little strategy hitting a base and drive one, switch off your tanks and whatnot.
Yeah, because this will definitely work well to hit bases that are heavy on blunderbusses and retributions with the 100,000 radio deflection it has, which I think is a little bit overboard.
Yeah, and the thing I noticed in the data mining has been a little bit lax recently, but the thing I noticed that a lot of times, at least in the data mining, the deflection was sort of a ratio to the bypass. Like the higher your deflection was, the more bypass there was. So it was a little bit confusing. I don't know if they've changed any of that, but it was. You understand what I'm saying? So if there was I'm just making these numbers up at this point. If you had 10,000 radiation deflection, it might let 1,000 through. But if you had 100,000, you might be letting 10,000 through. I'm just making those numbers up as an example. It's not truly what happens, but it seemed to be the higher your deflection, the higher your bypass was. So I'm not sure if that's coming into play here or not. We'll have to see once it's working.
It's definitely going to be an interesting hold to see in bases with skilled people driving them.
Yeah. Should we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Oh, and it only has, it's less than at least in my level of R&D and having an officer, it's less than a 2-day build.
Yeah. I've been noticing that with all the Conqueror hulls. They're very quick to build, very cheap to repair, so.
And the Scoria missile, which confuses me greatly. I don't know exactly what to say about it until we see it in action, because I'm hoping that the Vulture effect, which is the 25% chance of critical damage on enemies below 50% health, also works for turrets. But if it doesn't, it's more of a fleet-to-fleet missile, because if you look at the table at the bottom, the only time it appears to have an advantage over the blade is when something's below 50%, and the blades have higher flak evasion. So yeah, I see mix the missiles. And George is telling it does work, but I'd still like to see it in action, because sometimes the people that run the different servers know more than some of the people do. I don't want to get into that, but it's complicated. And it may change. It may be programmed one way and work another way. But it'll be interesting to see in action, just like the fleet. Just like the ship, but it has a lot of possibilities if it works the way we hope it does. but I don't understand why it has so much lower flak evasion if it's supposed to be used on a base hitter than the blade does.
Well, the Spite has built-in flak evasion boost, which I think is 30% also.
I understand that, but that makes the blade missile even better.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm a little bit confused by this one till we actually see it, in action. It has little less than 10 hours of build time per. And any sort of, just like you said with the hull having this, any sort of specials are also going to boost the blade the same way it does scoria multiplicatively. So you're just multiplying it by that number. You just use the DPS numbers. So I'm a little bit confused. If you add siege battery, it's gonna create a greater gap between them. So it'll just be interesting to see how this works in action.
it's a good weapon to have if you don't have the blade.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I'm just wondering if you do have the blade, what's the best, what it's going to end up being the best missile to use or a combination of missiles to use.
It's definitely going to take some seeing it in bases to compare them to decide which one would be best to do, or if you're better off going with a mixture.
Yeah, it's a tricky one because they haven't done the thing where like this missile absolutely trumps the next missile. I didn't want to get into the politics of that, but I just better than the next one.
Well, that's the thing, is they've been trying not to do a power creep like that, but when everything's so similar, it's, do you really need the new weapon? Because you can just use the old one because this one's only a little bit better, or it's different, but you don't need it where it's different. So it's.
But the big thing that I look at it is, if you have a Rhino in base defense, or a Mastodon, or any of these retargeting, if you take a look at the base damage against ships, where it does more than twice, if you're dealing with an incoming fleet that has high penetrating deflection, this is going to do a hell of a lot more damage.
Yeah, because 2,700 is basically the stock damage, and just adding the strike warheads would bring it up to almost 4,000 damage, I think.
Yeah, so you're doing way more than minimum damage at this point. So I just find it odd that they've put it in that position, because it's obviously way better in base defense than it is in base hitting, but it may be way better in base hitting, but we just don't know at this point.
You'll have to see it in action to decide. Next slide.
Yeah, sure. George says he's going to smack me. I haven't been reading enough to figure out why, but we can move on. Alrighty. Here's another one that I'm not completely certain of. Let's see. I'm not sure if everybody can see them. Okay. I've compared it. On the top is the advanced guidance system, and on the bottom is guided missile system, which is in the retro lab. And I wasn't able to find advanced guidance system in the retro lab. Was anybody else?
I haven't looked for it in the retro lab, but I think what Kixeye's been doing is the stuff they've been releasing lately. They want it basically released at what R15 would look like.
Yeah.
That's why they said the frontline countermeasure systems wasn't going into the retrofit lab.
So if you take a look at these, I mean, the accuracy isn't close. Basically 62 at R15 versus 15%. Same missile range. Retargetable. The only addition is the
Flak evade bonus.
the flak evade bonus. So, and just so everybody knows, I went and made like a bunch of slides last night in Google Docs, and I lost like 2 hours worth of work somehow. I'm not even sure how it happened because it normally saves after everything. But the big thing to notice on this is the advanced guidance system only works with Conqueror hulls, which is hopefully not a huge trend that we're going to see in the future.
Should we go into the next slide?
Sure. I mean, unless you got anything on this one.
Not really, just the fact that I don't want to see stuff that's whole class only coming into the game.
Yeah.
But we'll get onto that in the next prize after this one, too.
Okay. We have the new stun armor, which is going to be released on some uncertain day. It's in the class with the S armors and the CT armors, where it has a repair efficiency of 0.8, not like the missile armors or the explosive armors, which has a repair efficiency of 0.6. And in case anybody missed the Friday show, where I spent quite a bit of time on this, that just means the fraction of a second it requires to repair a single armor point. So, you have any thoughts on this one?
I see it being useful if you're facing a base or a fleet that stuns. It's going to be good on guards with Furies because of the stun point, except the stun's so short, I don't think the 10% is going to be much, but it'll definitely help against, say, pinches and stuff like that if you're worried about your ship getting stunned and not firing.
Yeah.
But to me, it's something that should have come out a while ago. I don't see myself putting this on anything new.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is also the leading us up to the next raid. We were told that out of this raid cycle, we're going to get 3 Conqueror hulls and 1 Defender. I'm just wondering if this keys in well with that. And I'm wondering when we're going to start seeing the lower levels as opposed to just the D5 levels. Is that going to come out in the FM some point soon? We don't know because we don't have a whip anymore, but it's a possibility.
Yeah, I still say pick some of them up just in case. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yeah, but you're paying for each individual one, so it'd be nice to know how many armor slots those things have. But
yeah, I'd say grab at least 5 or 10 of them, depending if you can. You know, there's going to be people out there who are going to have 400 million points by the end of the raid, so they're going to get however many of these they can grab.
Very true. I forget how much they cost. Oh no, we haven't even got to how much they cost. I think
these they're either 1 million or 500,000.
Yeah.
I know that was the 2 prices, I think.
Okay.
So on to the next one.
Yeah, this one I find. Go ahead. You have any thoughts on this one?
This one's also a whole class Conqueror only hull, which honestly I don't even see myself putting it on a Conqueror hull.
Yeah, it is interesting. They do stack. I mean the damage of 5% each. I think my engine upgrade, which I think was it's the same build time of 11 hours. I think the weight was very similar, but I think, didn't I get something closer to 24? I mean, I can double check.
I think it was 20% bonus combat speed without any retros into it.
Yeah, mine's like R14 or 15, but yeah.
I think mine's R15. Oh, and the engine upgrade's not whole class only, so it's free to use, and it's also not limited.
Yeah, so it's sort of a curious special in my mind.
This one I don't see as useful as the stun armor because all the boost you can get with R&D levels.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it seems like a niche type of thing, and yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm a little bit frustrated on some of these things because we don't know what's. I feel like we're supposed to get these because of what's going to come out next, and it'll make more sense once we see the next haul or the next whatever that's going to come out. That somehow this is going to make more sense than it makes now.
Yeah, that's the hope.
Yeah, it's the hope, but it's not what I've been burned quite a bit by. Oh, George wants the next slide. He doesn't even know what it is.
I should just skip over the next slide, double tap it.
Yes. Or we can pull up the female Admiral Akbar for him.
So we're done with this one?
Yeah, let's go past it. Unlock store looks fairly similar as far as the first three, as far as available ship build tokens. I didn't have time to put a girl on the right hand side for this one.
The Scythe and Death Scythe are interesting. Not that they're really useful, but they're interesting.
Well, I'm assuming they're in there because the Neptune got released. Well, the Neptune's, a tier 3 prize.
Yeah, and this is the unlock store. Never mind, I was thinking it was the lock store. So yeah, it's handy to pick them up, but do you really want to spend more on one weapon than you're going to spend on the whole? And if you want to build a fleet, you're going to need 5 of those weapons.
Well, you may only need one of them if you're going to use it as a tank. I think this is I think they're priced a little high for the people that are going to use them. Because this is going to be lower level players are going to pick up the Scythe or the Death Scythe. I think the price is a little high. I think
I think I still got 14 of them unused.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. We can go on unless not much here. Unless we had a hot chick. I screwed up there.
You always screw up, FA.
Yeah, it's always my fault. The only difference in the lock store on the top part is, I guess, I know at the beginning of last raid, one gamma shard was 5 million, but I heard towards the end of the raid it was 4.5 million. And so there's a little bit of a price reduction there. And then we got the prices of the last two specials, or the armor and the special we were just talking about.
Yeah, see, the upgrade's 500,000. I'd suggest getting, if you get the points for it, that is, to get 5 of them just in case. And the Xanthanite armor I'd grab 10 of, but that's only if you have the points extra. I'm not saying ignore other prizes to get them. Get them if you can.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. But if you think about it, the buyer for these limited store rotating prizes is a high-end player.
Yeah.
The buyer for the Scythe is a low-end player. But you could get one of each of these, and it would be the price for the Scythe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think those were priced a little high. So that's all I got to say about this one, unless I guess we can move on. Alrighty. This week's breakthrough. Removal of the point penalty for tier 5. People don't feel screwed over by being level 80. The Neptune build reduced to 36 hours. And Disturbed got a new headset. Doesn't everybody think he sounds way clearer?
I'd hope so after the wait for it.
Hefe,
Dave?
hefe, hefe, hefe.
What did I do wrong this time?
That picture, really? Really?
Well, I'm a breakthrough / see-through.
That is practically, you might as well say she's naked, okay?
Well, she's not really, but I mean, I was going, because I try to go with like a certain little trend that deals with the slide when I do this.
We know where your thought was when you were looking through these pictures. And guess what?
That's
I finally got rid of 49 medals. Yay!
And that's Charlotte McKinney. She's been in with the Carl's Jr. commercials, and some of them may know her elsewhere. Yes.
Yeah. You know where you know her from there, Hefe.
Yeah, well,
We all now know what Hefe does on his spare time, everyone. Don't ask to touch his computer.
Yes. Danielle, you're getting a lot of hate in chat.
Why?
I think the viewers are they like this picture better than you do.
Well, I'm fine. I guess I'll shut up.
Okay. Well, and then I guess the next picture we're gonna get to my summer vacation. That's me on the right. I really couldn't think of a.
So I'm not. Oh my. No, actually, Hefe is in the blue flower bikini, just so y'all know, okay? That's what he looks like in real life.
I've reserved any kick screw-ups for this week, just waiting to see what the rate would be. And, there we go. There was a couple little things with, right after the update, they pulled your base guard so you could be hit by anybody. That only lasted for about 90 minutes, and they seemed to fix it. But otherwise, it seems like quite a few positive things where the thermal range has gotten curtailed and things of that nature. But I can't think of any other screw ups unless you guys got any.
Not really.
I think chat's a bigger fan of this than me. They were quite distracted. Chris,
Sorry,
did you watch?
I'm picking on George in the chat. Yep, that would be George. George is the fat man. Hefe is the one in the blue bikini, and Chris is in the pink bikini. Just so y'all know. Okay, have a great night.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. If anybody wants to join us, we got 15 minutes while we're live. I'm going to post the. I'm going to post the Hangouts over here in chat, in case anybody wants to join us. And do we want to stay on this slide while we have everybody, or should we
Really?
go back to it?
Really? Come on, we don't want to see George standing over there in the corner wishing, going, "Hey, mama, mama."
We could go back to the Charlotte McKinney slide, or we could just get rid of the slides altogether. It's your choice.
Oh my God, George! Really? Hefe, George needs a tissue and some wipes and something else.
Raptor, we did like 3 slides of bug fixes. We could go back there and let you read the bug fixes in detail.
One Deep 6, I'm telling you right now, the dude that is smiling is actually George in the chat, okay? And so you need to talk to him about why he's smiling so bad. He just wishes he could get something like that. And I love it that George is not in here tonight. Yay!
Oh my goodness. I remember I posted I just posted the Hangout. So he could be in here any second for you.
I know, and then he's gonna be like, "All right, where's your base?" And I'll be like, "Go see Gummy Bear, PNLS. He just got me 49 medals."
Mm-hmm. There we go. Your boyfriend's here now.
Oh shit!
Hey, George.
Hi,
Hi,
George.
what's up, guys?
Hi, George. Hi.
See, here's the thing. Now you actually have a picture of me. So, if I was ever that big, wow.
Right, right.
I don't know.
Well, Hefe was just trying to get you ready for the pig roast.
For the pig roast. Good
Yeah, didn't you hear about that?
Lord. I don't want to hear about that. I'm good.
Well, he plans on having a pig roast, and well, he was trying to make you the pig.
I'm trying to see if I still have you bookmarked.
Hey, I'm not nowhere near your
See.
sector, so ha ha ha.
I jumped.
Where did you jump to?
Where am I? Hold on a second.
If you're in the 100s, you'll see me.
Alpha, Vita. No, I'm not. I'm in Gamma this week.
You suck.
Alpha, Vita, Gamma, Delta. I'm in Delta. Sorry.
You suck.
I'm an alpha.
Yeah, you guys in Alpha have all sorts of fun.
Well, the fun was in Sector 111 a couple weeks ago. You had DD3 versus Gimps there. It was a good week.
Oh, I saw some of that. That was awesome.
I can't believe you had to pop in here. Now I'm going to have to go run and hide. You get to pick on me all the other times, and the one chance I get to,
So, I was thinking, how long before she notices?
Who knows? But what were you thinking? We might want to get back on topic.
your ass.
The joke was that he was thinking.
Yep, that was it.
I don't love you anymore, George.
Yeah, likely story, likely story.
I'm gonna have God hit you
Uh-huh.
and take you for 49 medals.
He can come and take as many as he wants, man. I want to get rid of as many as I can
Oh,
get rid
trust
of.
me, I was just at 513, and Snowman from the FECKK group was hitting some of my guys. I'm like, "What? You can't come hit me?" He goes, "No, I'm scared." I said, "What are you scared of?" He goes, "Well, I might fail." I'm like, "Whatever, dude." I said, "I just got I said, "I'm damaged." I said, "I'll go pop." I said, "Come hit me." He's like, "All right." So he comes in with his ghost crawler. Okay, whatever. Then what does he do? Instead of him hitting me, Gummy Bear from PNLS, gotta love Gummy, comes in and takes my base. And I message Gummy. I'm like, "Enjoy your 49 medals, you cheapskate."
Gummy left me medals last time.
Yeah,
I like
well,
Gummy. Gummy actually knows. Yeah, Gummy's cool. I like
yeah,
Gummy.
Gummy is a good player. He doesn't smack talk. He's a good player. But it's the fact that Snowman came in with his ghost crawler, took out the fleet that I had in there just so like Gummy could come and hit me. And I messaged Snowman back. I'm like, "I thought you were hitting me." He's like, "Well, Gummy wanted the medals." And I'm like,
Wait.
"You could have told me."
You're complaining because you got prepped?
No.
Have you ever seen Chris when he hits and his group hits? It's like 3 or 4 of them friggin' prep crap out.
Oh,
It's
good
like
God,
it's
yes.
like a friggin' assembly line. It's like, oh,
You
there.
should see
Hey,
I'm not complaining because I'll tell you what, like I said, I was at 513 medals. I know that's not a lot, but I am so glad I got 49 medals removed from that. Come take more. I don't care because I don't like medals. I did. I wanted them until I reached the 500 mark. I reached the 500 mark. I held it for a week. Now I'm happy and content. Now I don't care.
there's a woman joke in there somewhere, but
Yeah.
score him, score him missile. Who's got the slides?
That's Chris.
Yeah, Chris does.
I think he wants you to show the score again.
If he can, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just
Wait, no, I just exited out of the slides.
you bastard.
Why, George? Do you want them? Because I got them. I can send them to you.
No, I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to do math.
What are you trying to figure out?
How much the one shot is for the Scoria?
Oh, the one shot? Are you talking about dealing with deflection? I think I'm
Yeah.
going to do something on that on Friday.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
I-
I think it's something like it's building. It comes out to almost 10 grand, but I didn't do the damage for against a ship, and I'm actually kind of curious.
It'd be
2,700.
Yeah.
2,700. Oh, math. Okay, that's all I needed. I'm sorry. I just wanted to grab that real quick because I don't have all sorts of crap everywhere. But 27, and then you got 35 on the hull, right? 35% penetrative damage.
I think so.
945. So that's 3645.
And anybody's welcome to join. They don't need to have an axe to grind with George or Danielle or anything like that. You're welcome to join the show either way. So, I posted you look a little further up. You just click on that. If you've got a headset, feel free to join us.
All right, where is the... Damn it, what's the name of that special that we use for... It's the Hunter Special. I always call it the Hunter Special. It's not really a Hunter Special. It's...
Strike Warheads.
Yeah, that's it. Where is that thing?
I call it the Hunter Special because it came out with the Hunters, I believe.
Yeah, it's listed under Hunter Special too. So all right, so penetrative damage 56%. That's close enough to. I'll say 50. I will say 56.
Somebody wasn't happy with us. You were right about the other nonsense. There was not much about battle pirates going on towards the end. Not good.
On which one?
Oh, it was a post about the last 3 minutes of the show on the land script.
Oh, last Friday.
No, this right now.
All right, so 5,157 is the one shot with on that hull with the strike warheads. Now, what's the deflection on? I can't even remember what the deflections are. There was a list somewhere.
The deflection on what for?
What hull?
On the Conqueror hulls. I had
All
a
of
list
them?
somewhere.
Okay.
The Vendetta and
I'm
the
just
Fury
trying
are
to see.
50,000.
That's
How
why I
much-
said. That's why I said I think I was going to try and deal with this on Friday. Once
but
we know what it does.
I'm curious now.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's see. Penetrative. Revenge has 3,700, 15,000 on Vendetta, 15,000 on the Fury, and 1,800 on the Retribution. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
So this won't even do anything for you really over the blade against the Conqueror hulls.
It should against the Revenge, but I don't see too many people hitting with Revenge.
Yeah. See, I don't know. This missile just does not.
There's something we're missing. That's why I said I was very confused when I saw it. I mean,
I don't know if we're missing it. I just don't. I mean, it might be one of those things like, it might be the missile version of the Super Fortress.
yeah. I mean, or the fact that it's more my issue is the fact that I think it's going to be great if you had blades in your defense of your base patrol. It seems you should put the Scoria in. But the fact that it's paired with this, I think we need to know more, like what everything works with, before anybody goes out and coins a bunch of them. At least in my opinion.
Well, the Scoria is what, 2,700, and the blade is at R15 2,500, 2,511. There's not that much of a difference. 200 is not going to make a break. It's not worth refitting your guard fleet if that's what you're using right now.
I know people are going to put them on their Hellstars because of the critical chance thing doubles the damage when it does the critical.
Gets to 50%, yeah.
Yeah,
But you have to be at 50%.
Yeah, they have to be at 50%.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it's not a huge difference, but it would be a noticeable difference once you add that 25% in there, combined with everything else.
But
Hey,
you gotta
Raptor,
get there first.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh hell!
pretty good.
Someone mute him.
Oh God, there goes the neighborhood raptor.
Don't worry. Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. I guess you guys know Raptor better than I do.
G Daddy snuck in too.
Oh, I see.
Oh my!
Been here a while. I'm just waiting for you to say hello.
Hi, you bastard!
You were all talking, weren't you?
Hey, J-Dad. Yeah, once we start monetizing the show and getting ads, then we'll get a bouncer. But we can't afford a bouncer. I'm just kidding.
No, he's not.
It would be an awful way to spend the money, right?
Oh,
I'm not a bastard anyway, George. I asked Milkman.
Yes, the milkman. He actually
Yes.
admitted it.
Yeah. He says I'm not a bastard. He says that's postman.
hmm
hmm
I don't even know what the milkman is. It's like strawberry milk, chocolate milk. I don't even know what's going on at this point.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Who
know.
let him start drinking again? Damn,
What are you talking about, Specs?
Chris. Chris, I thought you said you were gonna keep a handle on him, man.
Me?
No.
No,
That's-
you're like screw it.
He's worried about his ghost crawler going on.
Yeah, well, he's got a second ghost crawler.
Yeah, I got a backup.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Nah.
I'm
Hey
still
guys,
working on my
not
first.
to be mean, but I'm still like fighting over here in our sector, so I am going to be out of here. I will see you guys all later. I have to go attend to this fight we're in.
Get him.
Yeah.
Well, and plus
Sure,
George
sure.
scared me away, Sorry.
You can't even wait until the end of the show, really.
Okay, George, then how about you jump your rear end to where I'm at and you can deal with the battle that I'm in?
I just jumped. Multitask. You're a woman. You keep on saying you can multitask. Do it.
I can multitask, unlike you.
Hey, you're the one that said women can multitask better than men.
Hey,
Prove
I
it.
never said that.
Prove it.
You
Prove it.
said that. I
Prove
never
it.
said
No, I
What,
didn't.
like make a sandwich and vacuum the floor at the same time?
that. Let's see here. I can chew gum and I can chew bubble gum and walk at the same time. Can you, George?
Wow.
Wait,
I can,
the
I
last
can
time
do a
I
lot more
saw-
than that.
You fell down and went boom. Really?
Oh my god, the sexual tension is too thick here.
George is just a butt,
George is George.
right?
I'm an angel.
Yeah.
George, an angel. Y'all don't know George very well.
No, it's not.
I wonder how long it'll take before he realizes that his ass is mutant.
Well, since I muted myself, I
Alright.
mean, I'm pretty sure that I knew.
Uh huh,
All
sure.
All right. Well, good night, Danielle, and thanks for participating.
Not a
And,
problem. I would have stayed longer, but this is like the battle before the raid, and I'm sorry, gotta sink some fleets.
Yep. You
Okay.
got to get your ally points for the raid.
Oh, I had them within 15 minutes
Yeah.
after the points
Oh.
resetted.
All
Okay.
day today, just getting uranium, just trying to roll grease monkeys. I must have made 1 million.
I
That's what I'm
have
doing right now.
I keep rolling and rolling and rolling, and I really need to get more grease monkeys.
Yeah, I got 3. I hope it. I
Got
think that'll
4.
be.
I got
I
4,
have-
but that's not going to be enough.
Ah,
I have 12.
well, that's damn
Okay,
good.
George should be officially just duct
Yeah.
tape shut for even saying that.
Yeah,
I've been
like,
rolling since last raid.
like raffle
So have
some of
I.
those off.
I've got 51 crews.
Yeah, and how many are grease monkeys?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know. 2 or 3.
Exactly.
yeah.
No,
I got
3.
50
Did you
also.
give us 3?
I used up those 3 already last raid, and this raid we're gonna need more because I'm sorry, I am not dumping a ton of money into this
No,
raid.
I can't afford it either. I mean, I got a set amount that I'm going to have, and it's like $20, and that's it.
It's hard for me even to use free stuff though.
I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't put it last raid's S target like they said they were gonna. Because
Hello,
I
Gerald.
at least knew the cost of that. You know what I mean? If I did the
Yeah.
split blitz.
Yeah.
But this,
The
now they're-
S target's 105 this time, right?
yeah,
Or tier
And I-
6, they call it now.
and it was not a good. I didn't like the target.
No.
No.
No, I haven't even actually seen any of the preview. I'm going to check that out after the show's over with and go from there. Hopefully it's easy.
Chris, I would think that you would read my stuff. You know, it's actually in specs. Actually, posted a 105 in the article, and I got a 75 in there.
Yeah.
Hi, Harold.
Bastard.
I don't read
Harold,
anything. That's
However
too
you
much.
pronounce your name.
I don't even read.
Hang on. Let me
Gerald.
unmute you.
Gerald.
Yeah.
No, I guess Harold, Gerald.
Yeah, he's got to unmute himself.
No,
Up at the top of the thing. There you go.
How you doing?
Hello, Harold or Gerald.
All right, how's that?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Very good.
How are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Yeah, good here.
Except for Danielle and George bickering with each other. And Danielle
Yeah.
promised she was going to get off the air.
Yeah, you'll have
No,
that.
I got to find out who Harold is or Gerald or however his name is pronounced.
Gerald.
She promised, but
Gerald, yep.
And what's your game name?
Gummy bear?
Oh, Mary, you joined us.
There he is.
You
They were
can-
just talking about you.
You can
You
you
were.
can thank me. I'm the one that told him to come join us. I hope you enjoy your 49 medals.
Sweet.
Yeah, well, I've been dumping them, but